Right, we got ourselves a big olive tree, and this is one I've always sort of hummed and hawed about. Just, I know it's not really tropical. I mean, yeah, Mediterranean, exotic, yes, maybe not really tropical, but this is going to be a standalone piece in a pot in the front garden. I've just always liked them. I just like the big trunks on them, and the gnarly, weathered look. And yeah, so this is a B&M special. For those of you who are not in the UK, B&M is like a big box store. They sell a bit of everything. They have a garden department, and they've been getting some decent big plants lately. I know a lot of people have been buying the Trachycarpus fortunei. They've been doing good deals on them, and I see they had about 6 of these in my local stall, this olive tree, about a month ago, and I looked at them and they're a good size, and really, I always fancied one. I've got a very small sort of standard lollipop type with a little tiny twig trunk, but yeah, so I thought, and like I say, about a month ago they had a load in, and I hummed and hawed and thought, I really like them. And when I sort of made my mind, I thought, yeah, I wouldn't mind getting one. They'd all gone. So basically, the moral of the story is, if in doubt and you've got some cash in your pocket, just buy it, because you're not always going to have that opportunity. But anyway, so I went today, just a little sort of shopping trip out, and yeah, they had a couple more in, and in fact, I think this is probably as nice as they had before, if not better, because it's got more growth. I mean, I know a lot of people sort of like them looking a bit neat or whatever. I don't mind the wild look and branching out a bit. We've got the nice big trunk on them. So yeah, I mean, I've seen these obviously for really sort of big gnarly trunk. They could be 200-300 years old, and they do demand a big price tag. But for this sort of size, I mean, I don't know, you'd probably pay anywhere between 150 200 quid. But B&M, they are a value place to shop. So there's the tag, and there's the price tag. So 35 litre, £100. And normally, like I say, I mean, I wouldn't have a big spend on a plant that I weren't really sure about. Nothing, where it's going to fit in a place where I've got a perfect spot for that. It's going to look really good and bounce off everything else. This is just a standalone potted plant for the front garden. It doesn't really fit any theming or an area what to go in. It's just a standalone statement plant, and I like them. So that's the idea with that. 35 litre pot. Interestingly, is actually a little, I thought someone had just sort of stuck a branch that had snapped off in, but that's actually rooted in that. So maybe there's a little one there, could divide off, I don't know, not really fussed. Yeah, and so I started looking at some nice pots, and for something this size, sort of nice, sort of quite decorative looking, yeah, you're looking at 40-50 quid. And I thought, well, what's the point of getting a good deal on a plant if you're spending out more to pot up? And these look nice in a sort of terracotta pot, or fake fancy plastic one, but again, they're still expensive. And I had a hunt about through all the pots I've got, and I did find one. So we've got one here. So this is a big one, this plastic, but terracotta style, a little bit faded, but I think the plant is the centerpiece, not the pot necessarily. You want a plain pot for a plant like this when you've got a nice sort of gnarly trunk, and this is got a bit of a lean on it, but I can write that when I get it in the new pot. So yeah, something a little bit different to what I'd normally buy, but you know, I treat myself. And on a side note, for anyone who's, you know, I've been pretty busy. You know, everyone's busy this time of year in a garden. That's a sort of, you know, busiest time of year really. But you know, I've been extra busy because I've been doing propagations and you know, selling the food plants just to fund my addiction of buying more plants. So you know, I sold a food plant, so I didn't really spend any money on this because that's from plant sale. So again, thank you to anyone who has bought plants off me, anyone local to me, much appreciated. Yeah, your money's going to a good cause. Right, we'll leave it there. And yeah, I'm going to get this potted up and get it out the front, so that'll feature in maybe a front garden tour shortly. Right, thanks for watching.